What's going on, people? This is Q&A with the geezers. That's what I'm gonna call it. Q&A with the geezers. We're just gonna be doing questions from people like family, friends, just to add another layer to the channel. So let's get to it. This one really isn't a Q&A, but it's just something that caught my eye. It was interesting. The judge says Texas Pete hot sauce label could be misleading to customers. It goes on to say, in September of 2022, Philip White sued T.W. Garner Food Company, which is the producer of Texas Pete hot sauce, after purchasing a $3 bottle of the Louisiana-style hot sauce at a Ralph's grocery store in LA. That's one of our grocery stores here in LA. We got Ralph's, Vaughn's. It's a good shop. It's a good little shop. Only to later find that the product is not from Texas, but is made in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. White's lawsuit asked the court to force Texas Pete to change his name and branding and pay back previous customers. 2 months later, on the 10th of November, T.W. Garner Food Company filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. However, in her 20-page order, the judge that's presiding over the case argued that customers who see the bottle's label, which depicts a lone white star and a lasso-wielding cowboy, could believe erroneously that the products originated in Texas. Now, only in this country is it so normal to sue, to sue a company for something like that, which is madness to me. Only in this country. Freedom of speech in that. You're suing a you're suing a company there because it's not from Texas, or it's not from LA, or it's not from Chicago, whatever. It's made somewhere else and it's not from where it claims to be from. That's madness to me. It's funny as hell, but it's very bad. Only in this country can you do that. It's I don't get it. It's funny though. It just makes you think, yeah. It makes you think, what else can I sue for? Or what should I sue for? Let me see. Like, for example, number 2 pencils. Like, I think the brand is called Ticonderoga. I'm pretty sure that's an indigenous name, yeah. But like, where is it from? Where exactly are those pencils from? Where are they manufactured? So if I wanted to sue the company because it's not from Ticonderoga, I can just do it, and I can likely win the case. But if it is, I'm pretty sure it is an indigenous name. If it is, that money is going to them, to that tribe, because it's mental how you can just sue for anything in this country. Anything in this country is very mad. It's good comedy though. I love it. Or whatever. It is what it is. So it was just something it just caught my eye. I just wanted to talk about that before we got into the Q&A. Let's get that first one.
Would you assist a sperm bank?
I saw this as well. It was an article about sperm banks, and I think it would be like $1,500 a month if you were to assist a sperm bank, you know, and You see, yeah, 1,500 a month is not a lot of money, but you break that down 4 weeks, so you can fill up your petrol tank with that. Yeah, and it's good for like for someone who doesn't have income. I would do it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have income, but I'm saying like it would be a nice little on the side. Yeah, and and of course I will be helping out families who don't who have issues with fertility and this and that. I wouldn't mind doing it, you know. It would be nice. It would be different. I wouldn't mind doing it. I'm all for helping out people who can't help themselves, man. I love that. I love helping people. So it would be it would be something to look into, and for those who also would want to think about considering doing some sperm bank work and do your research on it. I mean, it could be. I've heard like stories and maybe conspiracies and that about what they do with your eggs when they frozen, selling them, shipping them, whatever. It's always something that will discredit uh discredit a good or discredit something with the good intentions. Yeah, it's always something. But I think it would be cool, to help out families and that. I don't have an issue with that. So that was just another one of something that caught my eye. She got number two, my boy.
Why can't black people focus on partnership? Rather, who does that more or who's to blame?
Read the first part again.
Why can't black people focus on partnership? Rather, who does that more? I mean, who does what more?
Why can't black people focus on partnership? I feel like this is just me, my opinion, my thoughts. I feel like black people can't focus on partnership because I guess you can just say the old cliche answer, which unfortunately, although it may be cliche, it's the truth. And that is, it's just not something that's taught to us or instilled in us. It's something that uh, we're raised, we're brought up to know about, to learn about, to appreciate, to understand, etc. So, like, what we do and how we get our knowledge is just basically most of the time it comes from our own experience, our own self experience, worldly experiences. If you don't have that type of relationship with one of your oldest, parent, uncle, etc. Like if you don't have that type of relationship, or if you aren't able to, if you don't have that accessibility to that, then it comes as we grow, comes as we live our lives, you know. So it's sad, but that's just me, what I've learned, what I've done, what I've seen, about partnership. And black people as a whole just need to be more accessible to each other instead of knocking someone off who doesn't know or knocking someone off who wants to know. Like just need to be there for each other instead of trying to build this classism that isn't that really isn't there, and it shouldn't be there, but it's being forced into the picture. And like I think maybe people want more of a polygamous relationship instead of monogamous, and that's where the distraction comes in of being in a partnership and wanting more than just what you have, even though most of the time you probably can't handle that one anyway. So that's just how I feel. What was that second part?
Or who's to blame?
Who's to blame? I guess I just answered that in the beginning. Like, who's to blame? Like, we don't have the we have the tools. The tools are there. We just the accessibility and the wanting to know. I guess it's more like ignorance is bliss type, you know. So yeah, can't blame nobody, no one but ourselves, really. So that's just my opinion. Carry on.
Can black people really come together to unify?
Can black people really come together to unify? I pretty much just answered that as well. Like, unfortunately, yeah, seems like black people would rather unify in a situation like what just happened in I think was it Birmingham, Alabama? I don't think it was Birmingham because it was on the water. I don't remember Alabama. That's all like I say. Everybody knows if I say Alabama, we know what I'm talking about. So I think that's the main time or the main circumstance when black people will form some type of unity. Situations like that, unfortunately, we have to be. It has to be something. It has to be something negative that will push us all together. BLM had that kicked off years ago. Something negative came from that. So we can't just, black people can't just wake up and say, yeah, we doing this. We need to do this. This is how we progress as a people. Let's go. There isn't just one. It's not like the catalyst. Like there isn't just one positive thing that black people all will flock to and want to be a part of. It almost seems like it has to be something negative in order for black people to be unified. Like I would have to do a little bit more like research and to see how many times black people over the years, over the centuries, over the decades, how many times they came together when it wasn't something that stemmed from a negative situation. It would be great if black people were unified under one banner for something that can stem from something positive. And then black people begin to progress in that. But it's almost like it's hardwired into us. Like the only way we come together is if somebody gets punched up. Like I don't know. This is a good one because it's I think it's a lot more black people on this planet than any other color, race, whatever. You see, one thing, yeah, black people that's not in the United States aren't considered black. Black people in the United States have an issue with people outside of this country calling themselves black. So that's number one. If you can accept them for being black, then you shouldn't consider yourself black either, because that's just division right there. Because it's like this, yeah. If uh if a person born in Germany, a black person born in Germany, comes to this country, that person only speaks German. When you see that person, yeah, you just say, "Oh, look at this brother right here," and that's all you see, because that's all the world sees. Number one. So when that person opens his mouth and says, "I feel the same," oh, you ain't black. It's like, come on, big man. What is he there? What is it there? Because to everyone else, it's a black man, it's a black woman. So yeah, that's one reason why. That's another reason why I say black people will never unify. It would be nice, but I don't think it'll ever happen. Maybe I'm just being the pessimist, but it's too many things that fight it, that contradict hypocrisy, and too many self-righteous people that don't want to appreciate any dark-skinned person that's not in this country, any black person that's not in this country. So yeah, unless it's something negative, like I said. I would need to do some research to see if there has been. I mean, I know it is. I just can't think off the top of my head, to be honest, about any positive situations where people came together as a whole. Just as a yeah. I need to do my research. Come back to that one. Was that a two-part question? Or that was just that one?
A two-part.
What was the other one?
Why don't we teach our own history in our own homes?
Why don't we teach our own history in our own homes? I mean, well, we do. It is taught, but I mean, it is taught. I think, from my experience, it is taught. It's just not. I think it's just not as receptive to our children. Like our children would rather. They'll listen, but they won't hear. You know, and it is taught. I was taught. You know, I teach my children a little bit, but you know, I'm a hybrid. So I try to teach them about everything. I try to teach them about everything that they are. I don't just stick to one historical book of data. So it is taught. It could be taught more. It could be taught. It could be taught in a different way that our children will be more appreciative of. But yeah, I think it is taught, at least from my experience. You know, I don't know exactly what more could be taught besides, of course, the things that's not taught in school, because we all know it doesn't matter whose history it is, the whole history isn't there. So we, as parents, we would have to just go to the library, uh, maybe do a little bit of research on the internet, try to find old literature from parents, grandparents, etc. I just dig through the archives so we can get a more full knowledge and a more historical uh, document of everything, you know. But from my experience, it is taught, and I think in the houses that aren't being taught, I think maybe those parents, maybe it hurts to talk about those things, or maybe they don't know, they don't care. I know a lot of people that just don't care really, because they feel like that history doesn't affect them now. So I know a lot of people like that. Um, yeah, I think it could be taught more. It should be taught more, rather. It should be taught more because we all need to know our history. It doesn't matter what you are. You all need to know your history. Um, yeah, we just gotta know where to look. What do you want to get from it, and just make sure, or just hope that you elaborate it and explain it in a way where your children are more receptive and want to know about where they come from, where their grandparents came from, what happened this many years ago, and from that incident 20 years ago, 50 years ago, is why we do this specific thing like we do now, you know. So, yeah, it needs to be taught, and it should be taught. But people don't want to, like I said, people don't, I think it's more people that don't care, and that's why it's not taught. Most people just don't care, because to them, it's just old dusty letters, old dusty words that have no effect on their current life. That's what I think it is, and that's ignorant. But you can't change it though. That's just how people are. So
That's
that's it.
3 minutes.
Yeah, that's all of the questions I have. I think everything else is more topic based. So I'll save those topics for like a proper episode. I appreciate your time, like, subscribe, comment, uh, help us grow our channel, help us grow and help us evolve and help us get better, with everything that you guys talk about, everything that you guys want to discuss. You drop in the comment box. Soon I'll set up a social media page on Instagram maybe. And we'll be able to reach you guys. Well, we'll be able to communicate that way. I do have an email as well, so I'll put that in the description box. So if you guys want to just that way email, but yeah, any other questions, any other topics, Whatever comes to your mind, you know, if you guys want us to talk about it, we'll do that to the best of our ability. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Go get some tacos. Get a tan. Go to the beach. You know, be lovely.